Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Respected viewers, Assalamu alaikum and good day. This video introduces Flame 2025 Integrated Construction Project Management Software, which is entirely developed by me. Please stay tuned till I complete the video. Now let's focus on the Integrated Construction Project Management Software Flame 2025. Construction projects frequently face budget overruns, schedule delays, and manual errors due to fragmented systems and disconnected workflows. Flame 2025 centralizes civil and all other estimation, budgeting, requisition, procurement, logistics, accounting, and progress tracking into one integrated platform, enabling complete control over construction projects from planning to delivery. Why integration matters in modern construction? As we know, today's project tools are fragmented. For example, Revit software provides accurate quantities but only with strict modeling standards and skilled BIM expertise. MS Project or Primavera P6 support scheduling and resource planning. Excel-based templates assist with estimation and cost tracking. ERP system often address isolated functions only. However, these tools largely operate in silos, resulting in data duplication, manual reconciliation, delayed decision, and limited project visibility. What the industry truly lacks is a single unified platform that seamlessly integrates estimation, budgeting, BEQ, approvals, procurement, logistics, accounting, progress tracking, billing, and reporting. This is exactly where Integrated Construction Project Management Software Flame 2025 stands apart. Now let's see why Flame 2025 is different from other software. Because it bridges the gap between planning, execution, finance, and management. And as a result, we find it consolidates all critical project functions into one intelligent system, transforming fragmented tools into true end-to-end project control. From quantity-driven physical progress to real-time financial visibility and decision-ready dashboards. Flame 2025 connects site-level execution with top management insights. One platform, one source of truth, and complete project control. Now we should know the system requirements for using the software. The software can be used on any personal desktop or laptop. Microsoft Excel 365 with 64-bit version must be used. It is better to have licensed version. Windows operating system with a 64-bit processor is required. And then the software can also be accessed online via OneDrive or SharePoint from anywhere in the world, provided the user has the required permissions, internet connections, and necessary subscriptions. It ensures ADKM system performance for Excel macros and VB-enabled operation. As we can see, there are various modules used in this software. At first, estimate and budget. In estimation, we can have civil, electrical, sanitary, and plumbing. Then we have requisition and approval module, expenditure, vendor, and credit management, including auto work order generation, link, archived, scan, voucher. Then it also has inventory management, work in progress, billing and reporting, admin and summary tools. Now we should know how to log in into this software. The software is using user ID and password based login system, and access is role based. Login logout history tracked for accountability is also available, and also it has the facility for file backup in multiple locations. Now let's look at the login form. You also have the scope to change the password through this form. Now let's look on dashboard navigation. It has central control hub with direct access button. Each module opens corresponding sheets or forms. Now let us look on the dashboard. As we can see, there are various buttons which controls each module. Now we should have idea about estimate and budget preparation. To estimate, we have as good as more than 20 estimate forms. So to get the required estimate form in the dashboard, you have to click on show estimate form. Then estimate home page form will be displayed, where in the drop down box list of the various forms are given, and you have to select the desired one and then click go button. Then you will get your desired form like this, and from the drawing file you have to put various dimensions in these fields. At the top you can see a conversion system is kept to convert from feet inch to millimeter or from millimeter to feet inch. This form which you are able to see now, this is on cast in situ pile. Similarly, we have other forms like dog legged stair and floor beam, long tight column, and many others. Now for your understanding, let me clear you that for each floor you have to put all the datas. Then click the calculate button, and once your calculation of a particular floor or space is completed, then you have to click submit button to transfer your data to the budget sheet. Here I have to mention one thing, that we have to ensure consistent accounting mode. For example, if you are using an equipment, you have to charge either rent or depreciation. You cannot charge both. Or at one time for a same project, for same equipment you use rent and next time you use depreciation, then the reporting will not be perfect. Similarly, your material consumption mode also has to be similar. Like if you use ready mix, then you have to calculate all through by ready mix, or if you mix by yourself, then you may have to calculate the various components of the concrete mixture. And similarly, in case of measuring unit for same item, you have to use single or same unit throughout the project. Suppose for cement, if you use bag, later on also you should use bag, or if you use kg, then later on also you should use kg. In case of rod, if you are using the measuring unit in kg, then you have to all through use the same unit. Or if you are using ton, then you should use only ton. You cannot use two types of unit for same material in the same project. If you do so, then your reporting will be erroneous. Now let me brief you how to prepare BEQ and budget. And for that, we should understand the BEQ and budget relationship. In case of government project, the development partners or contractors, they get the BEQ first, then from there they have to prepare budget under each BEQ item. For private jobs, usually we need to estimate first from the drawing, and after estimation and preparation of budget, then we should prepare BEQ. If any government agency is using this software, it will be preferred that they will use the second option. Now let us discuss about requisition workflow. As you have seen in the dashboard, there are various buttons. So if you click the requisition button, then requisition for approval worksheet will be displayed, and in that worksheet you have to put the budget ID, and after putting budget ID you have to click import by budget ID command button, and then fill all quantities, and subsequently you have to click calculate total price command button, and then finally you have to press the submit button. Then your desired requisition will be posted to the next sheet, which is requisition approval sheet, and in that sheet we have the digital approval process. And now I will discuss about the digital approval process. You can see the outlook of the digital approval process that is displayed in the requisition pending sheet. And as a consequence of the approval or rejection, a history log will be created, which you can see here. Thereby you will be able to understand who has approved or reject and for what reason. It is to be mentioned that each approver can approve or reject once against a particular requisition, and requisition archive maintains complete approval trail. Now the most important part is the vendor management. Here important thing is that each material type has a unique vendor ID, and vendor list includes all details of the vendors like NID, license, bank information. And vendor list looks like as you can see here. Now we shall discuss about voucher entry and archive. One of the most important aspect in project management is to control the expenditure, for which we need to have a good accounting system. Here we have developed it through voucher entry sheet, then archiving it in another sheet, and also we can see the voucher summary sheet. Once we click the voucher command button, this all sheet will be displayed. As we can see here, the voucher entry sheet, then this is the voucher archive sheet, and this is the voucher summary sheet. In the voucher entry sheet, you have to enter the budget ID in the appropriate column. Then you have to click import by budget ID and then import approved requisition. And after that, you have to fill the voucher datas in various cells. And after completing the voucher data, you have to click submit. Then data flows to voucher archive sheet, vendor ledger sheet, and credit history sheet if there is any advance or credit purchase. Now let us look about the credit management system. It tracks all credit purchases and also advance purchase. Credit summary displays vendor-wise outstanding balances. And finally, vendor ledger shows detailed records. Now, how the party ledger form looks like that we can see here. We can see the outlook of a credit history sheet. And here is the credit summary. That means we can see the summarized credit picture for a particular moment from this reporting in the sheet. After purchasing, the material will go to the store and there we have to carry out the inventory entry. So, to do the inventory entry from the dashboard, we have to click the inventory command button. Then inventory entry sheet will be displayed where we have to fill the budget ID in appropriate column and item details. And after submission, data will be archived chronologically. You can see the inventory entry sheet, how does it look like. And you can see here the inventory archive sheet. And finally, we need to have an inventory summary, and for that, in the inventory summary sheet, we have to click generate report to view stock balance and deviation analysis between received and remaining quantities. As you can see here, in the tabular form, you can see the detailed report. If there is any anomalies or if there is any deviation which is not supposed to be, in the remarks column, you will find that comments along with different colors to make it more obvious. Now let us have a look on the work in progress entry sheet. From the dashboard, if we click WIP command button, WIP expense daily sheet will be displayed, and there also we have to do certain actions which is shown here. Then the system will automatically give us a clear picture about the actual quantity which is consumed, and it will also show the comparison with the budgeted quantities which is calculated before. Now let us have a look on the sheets. This is the WIP expense daily sheet. How it has to be filled, I have given some idea. And then once you do the posting from the WIP expense daily sheet. It will be coming to the work in progress expense daily archive sheet, and finally in the summary sheet we can see the summarized report. We can see the summarized report that we will see in the WIP summary sheet. Summarized report will provide us a clear comparison between completed versus consumed quantity, and it displays both quantity and value comparison. Now let us have a look on the WIP summarized sheet. As you can see in the rightmost column, that is the remarks column, if there is any observation or any deviation, that is going to be highlighted in the magenta color, and if there is any favorable comments, that is going to be displayed in green color. And finally, we can also see the comparison of work in progress versus BAQ, and we can also see it in the graphical form. Now another important aspect of the project is the billing. To record the billing properly from the dashboard, we have to click the bill command button, and accordingly bill entry sheet will be displayed. And here we have to fill up certain mandatory columns, and then you have to click submit, and data will be archived automatically. As we can see the outlook of the bill entry sheet. This is the view of the bill archive sheet, and this is the view of the bill summary sheet. Here also we can see the both comparison in graphical form and also in tabular form, and we can understand the comparison between the actual progress and bill received against that quantity. Finally, for the executive or top level management reporting, we have the project item summary command button, clicking upon which we can get the few sheets where comprehensive overview of the requisition, purchase, inventory and work in progress for each item is displayed, and it helps to show project at a glance. Now let us have a look on those sheets. You can see here the summary of various items of the project. Here it compares requisition with budget and also with purchase amount. So this comparison helps whether there is any discrepancy or not. This sheet inventory item stock list, which gives you a clear idea what should be your store value in a given moment and what is there actually available. If there is any discrepancy, it is going to write comment on the remark sheet and it is highlighted properly by color. Now let's see the reportings in various sheets. In this sheet, we can see the summary of requisitions by individual item. At the same time, we can compare the requisition with budget as well as with purchase amount, and thereby we can understand if there is any discrepancy between requisition and budget or between requisition and purchase amount. If in the comparison any discrepancy is found, it is going to be displayed in the remarks column. There are two remarks column, as you can see, one in column AA and another one in column AF, and from this remarks column we can understand within a very short moment of time whether there is any discrepancy which has to be taken care or not. In the next sheet, which is named as inventory item stock list, here we can see the stock list by individual item. We can compare site received quantity versus voucher quantity, and if there is any discrepancy or deviation, that will be highlighted in the remarks column with comments and appropriate color. In this next sheet, we can see the budget summary by individual item, and in this sheet we can see the vouchers are summarized as per material or item, and also we have the scope to see the comparison with budget and also requisition. And as discussed previously, we have similar facilities here, that we have two remarks column where if there is any deviation, it is going to be highlighted, and if there is no deviation or we are in a favorable side, that is also going to be reflected in the remarks column. If we are in the favorable side, it is highlighted with the green color, and if it is a deviation, then it is going to be highlighted with red color. Next, we can see the item summary of the work in progress. Here items are summarized as per consumption and compared with the budget amount, and if there is any discrepancy or there is even no discrepancy, that will be reflected in the remarks column, and discrepancy will be highlighted with magenta color. Finally, we can see the summary of the project at a glance in the item summary project sheet. Here you can see an overview of the whole project. In a bird's eye view, you can see the summary of the approved quantity, purchased quantity, store receiving quantity, consumed quantity in site, and also finally balance of the store in terms of quantity. Now I shall focus on admin and user management. Mainly admin manages user accounts and login history and ensure secure multi-user environment. The admin button usually managed by the programmer or the key person of the institution or the construction firm. Now I want to highlight the summary of the various important reports that benefit we can get from this software. The first one is automated comparative reports, then requisition versus budget, then work in progress versus bill of quantities, bill versus work done quantity, and finally credit status. So far we learnt about this software, that is integrated construction project management software. Now I will summarize the software strengths. Software automation reduces manual efforts, data integrity through single entry structure, and the project remain fully traceable. We can have graphical comparison aid management decisions. We do not require any individual server. We can utilize the benefit of Excel database and Visual Basic programming language, making it more easy to use, and finally minimum typing effort is required. We should also know the weakness of this software. The foremost weakness which is applicable for all other software also. That is, it requires consistent data entry discipline. This software also does not support dual accounting mode. As it is using the Excel based platform, it limits multi-user real-time collaboration. Now we have also the scope to improve in future. Future scope includes cloud integration for live collaboration, AI based cost forecasting, AI based input for estimation from drawing file, mobile app for on-site data entry, advanced dashboard analytics. Finally, to conclude, I want to say Flame 2025 empowers construction managers with real-time budget control and transparency. It ensures structured, efficient and accountable project execution from planning to completion. That is all about my software Integrated Construction Project Management Flame 2025. Thank you so much for being with me and for having patience. Allah Hafiz.